folks, I am recording for you in the greatest of times. I so wish I could be live today, but unfortunately, just yesterday I had a root canal, and even now my mouth feels like I ate a bunch of pine cones. So we're working on that, but some things are worth the temporary reprieve from my relaxation, and that would be this, folks. I'm recording this at 7:36 p.m. PST. Which means that, by all accounts, this race hasn't finished. But things are looking pretty goddamn good for us. I mean, really goddamn good. Warnock, by the New York Times, now projected at a 94% chance of winning, and the biggest drop of Democrat votes has yet to even deliver. We haven't even seen that yet. It says it right here. Republicans have taken a narrow lead in the tabulated vote, but the Democrats are clear favorites in both races. The overwhelming majority of remaining votes are in the Atlanta metro area. So, folks, the Atlanta metro area got a lot of black people, got a lot of black Democrats. I think black women in Georgia are breaking like 90 points in favor of Democrats, which means that, once again, black people saving democracy. Thanks. Thank you, guys. The big Democrat vote left, the DeKalb County early vote, about 170,000 votes, breaking in favor of Ossoff by an 85-15 margin. Currently, Ossoff is not as far ahead over Perdue as Warnock is over Loeffler. Perdue and Loeffler are both exceptionally scummy individuals. Their suffering is my pleasure. I'm glad to see them get back out here. Right now, we have the needle pointing at 94% favoring Warnock, and if we scroll down to Ossoff, 80%. When I loaded this webpage 2 minutes ago to prep for recording, it said I think 78 or maybe even 76%. Things are trending favorably. And at this point, there are pollsters, they're on Twitter right now, and they're pretty confident. This race is called. This might be Blorgia. If you can believe it, we might see a full Blorgia. 2 Democrat senators, and the whole state having gone to Joe Biden way back on the 3rd, which is incredible. Let me tell you what this means. This means so many things, so many good things. Let me tell you, okay, first off, because I want to criticize Democrats, you need to be able to hold Democrats accountable if you want to move the people in the party left. But it only works to hold people to account if they are to account for what's going on. A lot of the problems in this country, a lot of our inability to get legislation passed has come down to McConnell. I mean, you can blame Pelosi all you want, but if McConnell just won't have the bill even be voted on, the Senate, that's all you can do. But with the victory, the presumed victory of Warnock and Ossoff over Loeffler and Perdue, this would mean the Senate would be a split, 50-50, meaning that the vice president, Kamala Harris, would get to decide the Senate majority leader, who would be Schumer. Now, I'm no big fan of Schumer myself. I mean, we're not big Democrat stands here. But now, in addition to there being a road for legislation to be passed, which has not been the case for a while in this country, we now have the ability to blame Democrats for fucking everything. Everything they do or don't do, we can hold them to account. If they control the House, the Senate, and the presidency, that's the whole through line right there. There are still edge cases where Republicans will get their word in. And I mean, we don't have the Supreme Court, but still, this is a lot. And, you know, a month ago, the odds of things panning out this way, sorry, the Ossoff just ticked from 80 to 81%. Whew. We're live witnessing the blowout. A month ago, this would have seemed extremely improbable, this victory. And, you know, we really do owe a lot of it to Trump. You see, generally speaking, even the most odious politicians have been kept mostly in line by their party, you know. And if that politician is beloved by their constituency, usually they make an effort to move that favor to the party in general. But Trump has not done that. Trump has outwardly attacked other Republican officials. He's beefed with McConnell and made the whole GOP look terrible. He has implicitly sort of challenged the legitimacy of voting as an institution at all. He has done so much to make life difficult for all the GOP campaign strategy. I'm sorry, my mouth still feels like it's full of cotton balls. Strategizers who have been working for Perdue and Loeffler. And now we get to see that bear fruit. I'll upload this video when the numbers look overwhelming enough that I wouldn't make a fool of myself uploading it. But I am exceedingly confident that this is a victory, and we should be incredibly happy. How many of you had predicted this back in November 4th and 5th when things leaned more towards Biden after the mail-in started getting counted? How many of us actually expected to take both of those special seats in Georgia? I sure didn't. Thank you, Trump, for making it possible. Thank you, Loeffler and Perdue, for being, I want to be totally clear, miserable human beings. Just awful, terrible people. You know, if you see Loeffler's, she just became a billionaire, by the way. If you take a look at her most recent public appearances, she's been wearing like flannel and like down vests and stuff, you know, like working class clothing. She's a fucking billionaire, okay? You know, she wears silk when she's at one of her 18, you know, Epstein resorts. So it's such an obvious attempt at pandering, and looks like it's not going to work out. Looks like maybe this time the least bad guys are going to win. How wonderful. I can't wait to cover all the consequences of this when I can stream again. Oh, and in the meantime, look out for Republican Cope. They're going to be real goddamn mad. I wonder if we're going to have a big old they stole the vote thing again, you know? I wonder if we're going to do that again. We'll have that conversation for, what do we have, 15 days till Inauguration Day? And then 4 years after that, because they're never going to stop. What are you going to do?